Good evening. Well, misty afternoon sun, but it does not matter whether we use the sun or a flashlight because the light radiating from any object, if it's going to reach us, it's going to reach us at absolute speed. This is a fact. That is the reason why the sun is directly behind the moon during a solar eclipse. There is no delay. If I go like this, when it's the sun, the exact same thing happens, right? It's absolute light. If a light is reaching you, if you can see a light in the night sky, even during the day, the reason you are seeing that light is because it is powerful enough to get to you, to reach your eyesight. If it is not powerful enough to reach your eyesight, you will never see that light because it does not travel after the fact. That is a fact. All this light carries on traveling forever and ever is absolute horseradish. And once again, the solar eclipse proves this, all right? Why does it prove it? It proves it because if light really was traveling at 299,792 kilometers per second, by the time the photons reach the moon, Earth would have turned 2.08 degrees on axis from the moment the photons left the sun. That's how far Earth turns anti-clockwise on its axis in 8 minutes and 20 seconds. 2.08 degrees. On to another absurdity. This absurdity that if the sun turned off, we wouldn't know on planet Earth for 8 minutes and 20 seconds. What's happening during a solar eclipse is once again evidence that no, that is wrong. If the sun turned off as we were watching a solar eclipse, it would turn off instantly because we are actually seeing the sun. We're not seeing any photons or anything that has taken 8 minutes and 20 seconds to do anything in any direction. So, no. We wouldn't have to wait 8 minutes and 20 seconds before we knew the sun had turned off. The sun turned off. We know at the exact second it turns off. We know this because once again, during a solar eclipse, there is no delay whatsoever when it comes to the light radiating from the sun. We know this because we're in the sweet spot shadow of the moon on planet Earth, and that shadow is being radiated by the sun that is directly behind the moon. There is no delay, and anybody who says there is, you really are missing a couple of critical points on the whole of this, right? Nobody has measured the speed of light by observing Io slipping out from behind Jupiter. Nobody used any kind of stellar aberration, and nobody spun any mirrors to work out the speed of light. Those things are a bunch of horseradish, the same as most of the stuff that is slipping through the net lately. All right, now in 1938, on the 30th of October, we have the War of the Worlds broadcast. And here is a part of that broadcast. Listen to this.
I'm speaking from the roof of Broadcasting Building. I'm speaking from the roof of Broadcasting Building, New York City. The bells you hear are ringing to warn the people to evacuate the city as Martians approach. Estimated in the last 2 hours, 3 million people have moved out along the roads to the north.
And yes, people were panicking. All they had were radios. 30th of October, Halloween, isn't it? Now, 2025, and we have this is being broadcast.
Today, October 29, 2025, at 7:47 a.m. Eastern Time, the interstellar object Atlas reached its perihelion, Harf, the closest point to our star in its trajectory. According to JPL Horizons data, the timing was calculated with precision.
Oh, shut up, you muppet. Folks, it's Halloween. It never occurred to me to backtrack and see what other absurdities people have been subjected to on the 30th of October. Wherever, guys, honestly, there is no delay in the light reaching us from any light source whatsoever. If you are going to see the light radiating from a light source, you're going to see it when it first turns on. If you don't see it because you're out of range, don't hold your breath while you're waiting, because light does not carry on traveling. It will only reach so far. It's actually common sense and logic, the more you think about it. So, I think we'll leave that there. 2 absurdities killed with 1 stone. 6. Alright, we've got, say, another 45 seconds. During a solar eclipse, if the solar eclipse were happening with finite light, it is not possible for the person in the sweet spot, the moon's shadow, the moon and the sun to be in one perfect straight line, like we see during solar eclipses that play out every now and again on this planet. The reason it cannot be, the 4 things cannot be in line, is because planet Earth would have turned 2.08 degrees on its axis in between the photons leaving the sun and arriving at the moon. So when Earth, boom, when you're in that perfect sweet spot, planet Earth was actually 2.08 degrees that way when the photons left. Knowing that, how can the photons and the sun be in the same picture? There is supposed to be a gap of 8 minutes and 20 seconds. This is a slam dunk. You can paint this any picture you want. Light radiating from the sun is absolute, folks. All right, laters.